Hi, this is Julie, and I want to show you the wide range of ring findings available at beadaholic.com. There's three main types of ring findings. There's the bezel ring finding, the glue-on ring finding, and the beadable one. So I want to walk you through each one and tell you a little bit more about them. In the bezel category, we have all different shapes. We've got rectangular, square, oval, and round. We even have little hearts as well. And each of these are adjustable, and they have a bezel setting, meaning they have a setting that you can fill with something, whether that's resin, crystal clay, collage work, a glass dome, but they've got these wonderful edges which are going to hold an object in place. So I have a few examples of use to show you. I've got this one here where we used some crystal clay and cup chain, and then we just put a pretty brass stamping embedded into the crystal clay. So this is what that finding looks like undecorated. Here we used a button that we cut off the shank. Here we just simply glued in some Tila beads. They actually aren't stitched, they're just glued in place. We filled the actual bezel with E6000 glue and just dropped the beads in place. Here's another epoxy clay one with rhinestones. Similar technique as this one here. A glass cabochon over some collage artwork. And then this one, just a fun little glass dome. So you can see from the examples of use, there's a bunch of different styles and different things you can do with these. When you're purchasing them, you'll want to take note of the depth of the bezel. That's going to help to dictate what you can put in it and what's going to look best. So here we have a really deep example. Here's a pretty shallow example. And I'd say that this one here is a medium height. So in our product listings, we do list the depth of the bezel as well as the dimensions, which is going to allow you to know what's going to fit inside of it. These are really fun rings to put together, and you can go as simplistic as you want or as complicated as you want. The second type are these little guys over here, and these are glue-on ring findings. So like the name suggests, all you have to do is glue something onto them. Here's a finished example of this one, where we took a lucite cabochon and just a little bit of E6000 and glued it in place. See, they come in a variety of colors. So these filigree ones are really quite pretty, but we also have ones with plain bands. And you'll see that the band width will vary, as will the size of the glue-on pad as well. We have even little tiny ones. So let me show you what these might look like in a finished example. So here's a smaller glue-on pad, and then here's a larger one. So the size of your finished piece is going to really dictate what size pad you want to use. This is really lightweight and it's very small, so we chose a small pad. This one here is a little bit heavier, a little more substantial, so we used a little bit bigger pad. And then this one is kind of an interesting example because this is the same size pad. This is actually hidden behind the ultra suede backing. So also in the glue-on category are some pretty filigree ones with filigree tops. And these you can just glue a pretty focal in the center of and then see the filigree on the outside. And finally, we have these little stretch ones. It's a bigger rectangular glue-on tab. And you can see what we've done here is we took a bezel setting, set a cabochon down into it, and then glued that actual setting onto the pad. The third and final type is a beadable ring finding. You can see here that these are glue-on, but they're also beadable. You could bead along the edge. And then there's these ones here, and this is a finished example of this style, but in a different color, of course, where we just took some Swarovski crystal pearls, placed them on head pins, made simple wire loops, and then we attached those loops to the loops already on the ring. You'll see there's a couple different styles here. So you can find all of these ring findings and many, many more, as well as the instructions for the projects that you see in these example pieces here on beadaholic.com.